got myself the lick, yeah.
Lick.
I feel like the best, I am never stressed. Tackles never miss, he's a fish,
He don't miss.
The God in the flesh, your team is the mess. His legs are like a homie missile. Yeah, guess he got aimbot, ooh. He'll go can't lie, ooh.
Nah.
Feeling so deja vu.
Bow.
He feel like Van Dyke too.
Woo.
Van Dyke who?
Wow.
Yeah. He feeling Van Dyke shoes. Van Dyke's shoes. What is going on, YouTube? It's your boy, One Star Weakfoot, and we're back for another Team of the Season player review. And today, we're going to review this Team of the Season, the Ligt. And as you can see on your screen, this looks like a really nice card. He's 6'2". He has the medium work rates. He's right-footed. He has a 4-star weak foot, which is going to come in handy as a center back. It's something that's not very common on this game. I played 10 games in the weekend league with him. I got no goals and no assists, but he's a center back, so we ain't worried about that. And yeah, if you're new around to this channel and you're enjoying the content, don't forget to hit the subscribe button down below. And if you're enjoying the content and you're already subscribed, please do me a favor, hit the like button down below. It really makes a difference. I appreciate all you guys watching me right now through your TV screen, through your mobile phones, through whatever you're watching me through. I really appreciate you. I want you guys to know that. Now let's look at this card a little bit closer. So, he has 83 pace. And on paper, that looks good. But his acceleration is very low. 75 acceleration. Is that going to be a liability in this game going forward? We're going to see. I mean, I normally don't talk about shooting stats on a defender, but 78 shooting on a center back is pretty nice to have. I mean, he has the 82 long shots. So let's say you're playing a corner and the ball falls to him outside the box, and it does tend to do that from time to time in your center backs. Yeah, he'll be able to bang a long shot. Don't be scared to hit it with this guy. His passing stats look mental. 99 short passing, 96 long passing, 84 vision. This guy's definitely going to be a great ball-playing center back if that's what you want out of your center back. His dribbling stats are pretty nice as well. He has 80 dribbling, 93 composure, 94 reactions. His agility and balance, to be fair, could be higher. I mean, it's Team of the Season, and we're now seeing defenders with 90 agility and above. This guy's not one of them, though, and if you're bringing the Ligt onto your team, you're probably not expecting him to feel too agile anyway. His defending stats are pretty much maxed out. Obviously, I threw his shadow on him because, his acceleration is kind of low. So, theoretically, the shadow brings all his stats to 99 defensively. His physical stats are also very nice. He has 93 jumping. He has a lot of stamina. He has a lot of strength. He does look like a very, very well-rounded card. He does look like a cheaper version of Virgil van Dijk. Let's jump into the gameplay. I'm going to tell you exactly what I think about this card. Let's get it. Alright, so, according to Footbin, this card's gonna cost you $750K on the PS4 market. Is he worth that money, though? I would have to say it's kind of tough. If you can fit him on your team on 10 chem, then yes, he is worth $750K. But if you're gonna build your team around him, I would say wait a little bit until he drops to around $600K. That's a much better price for him if that's what you have to do. Like, let's say you have to sacrifice other parts of your team to build around him. I wouldn't necessarily do that. Let me break down the stats for you. So, he has 83 pace. And in-game, I would describe his pace as adequate. And that sounds like I'm being a pace abuser, but I mean, not really though. Every single player on this game now, it feels like, has over 90 pace attacking wise, and it's just so difficult to keep up with them in game. So having 83 pace is pretty much the bare minimum at this point of the game. And in game, he doesn't feel particularly quick, nor does he feel particularly slow. He's like in the middle, and he has just enough pace to keep up with any attacker on this game, which is the bare minimum that you ask for. Is his 75 acceleration an issue? I would say no. I mean, I definitely think you should apply at least an anchor chem style to him if you don't apply a shadow, because he definitely does need more pace. But if you do that, he should be fine. I would have to rate his pace at an 8 out of 10. His passing. I would say his passing was very, very nice for his center back, all right? I mean, obviously, the passing stats that really matter are maxed out. He has 99 short passing. He has 96 long passing. He has 84 vision. And in game, if you need him to lay a ball off in a tight area, he's going to be able to do that. He has the 93 composure too, so he doesn't really fold under pressure, and that's really nice to have. The one thing I will say though is because he's kind of big and he has a 70 agility, do not dribble too much if you intend to use him as a ball playing center back. I would just focus on spraying long balls or just basically passing your way out of trouble rather than dribbling your way out of trouble. I would rate his passing at a 9 out of 10. He's one of the best passing center backs I've used on this game. His dribbling. The main thing we're going to focus on when it comes to his dribbling is two things, all right? The number one thing we're going to focus on is his 70 agility. Does it let his card down? I would say no, actually. I didn't really notice him feeling very clunky. Like for example, a problem I've had on this game with a not informed Virgil van Dijk is that he was way too clunky for me, and I had a hard time manually defending with him. With this card, I don't find him too clunky at all. I don't really find him smooth either. Like, it's not like controlling a Cannavaro or a team of the season Militao. It's not going to feel that smooth in game. But he has just enough agility to manually defend if you like to jockey and you like to move your defender around a lot to cut off passing lanes. He's going to have enough agility to do that. He's also going to have enough agility to keep up with the team of the season attackers on this game. And that's really all you really need out of him. So agility-wise, he's fine. Ball control and dribbling wise, I would say he's actually pretty solid. I wouldn't dribble overly too much with him because you then will lose the ball. I mean, he's big, he's a little clunky. That's not necessarily what you want to do with him. But he does have decent dribbling on him. And if you keep it simple, he can feel like a midfielder at times when dribbling the ball. And his composure at 93 definitely helps him in all facets of his game. I really noticed that he was very composed playing out of pressure. I noticed he put in some very clutch tackles. I would say his dribbling overall has to be an 8.5 out of 10. It's very solid and surprisingly so. His defending. I would say his defending is obviously his best attribute. I mean, as a center back, you would hope that his defending is very nice. And in game, I would say that he's not a defender that's going to wow you with his impact. For example, I got Team of the Year Van Dijk, or I got Team of the Season Van Dijk too. I've tried both of them. And the moment you put them on the pitch, you really notice their presence. They're just so big. They're always aggressively going after loose balls. Ligt is like the opposite of that. He's somebody who quietly does his job, but he does it so well that it's almost like you don't notice how well your defense is doing. His defensive positioning is very, very solid. He's always there, and that's probably because he has 96 marking, 92 interceptions, so his defensive AI is very smart, and he's just always in the right position to really keep the defensive line straight. He's always in position to break up a play when he needs to. He's always in position to block a shot last ditch. And I really noticed that in game, in the tight games. Another thing I do gotta say about this card is that he has a lot of aggression, a lot of strength, a lot of stand tackling, right? All those stats are almost maxed out, and in game, it really feels like that. If you like to manually defend, you're really going to enjoy this card because if you're going to put in a stand tackle, he kind of rams into opponents, and with his strength, stand tackling, and physical combined, he just rams into the opponent, takes the ball, and he's coming away with that ball 9 times out of 10. He doesn't get bullied by bigger attackers. As far as defense and aggressively defending, he can do that as well. He can pretty much do any kind of defensive style. Like a lot of the times in this game, you have defenders like Cannavaro who are suited for manual defenders. You have defenders that can play at a low defensive line, but not in a high defensive line. The Ligt is the kind of player that can seamlessly fit into any kind of defensive scheme, and it makes him valuable in that regard as well. I have to give his defense a 9.5 out of 10. It's near perfect, and even if you don't necessarily notice him in game, he is making a big difference on your squad. All right, so now let's talk about his physical, all right? His physical is 96, and all his stats are pretty much maxed out. First, we're going to talk about his jumping. His jumping is very, very nice. He does win pretty much every aerial battle he's supposed to win. He does win aerial battles that it doesn't look like he's going to win. Aerially, he's not a liability at all, and it's one of his strengths. Speaking of strength, we're going to talk about strength. He has 99 strength, and you notice it, especially when it comes to his challenges. When you charge up a tackle and just go into the challenge, he's ramming into that opponent. And the funny thing is, he doesn't get called for fouls. He's very much like Virgil van Dijk in that regard. He's also very good at protecting the ball out of the back using his body. He's also good at shouldering people off the ball. His strength is very noticeable in game. His stamina is 86, and that's more than enough for a defender. I'm not really going to dwell on it too much. It's very good. Overall, his physical is a 9.5 out of 10. So overall, what would I rate this card? I would say he's a 9.25 out of 10. He's a very, very, very good defender on this game. Is he the cheap Virgil van Dijk? I would say yes and no, all right? I would say he's almost as good as Team of the Season Virgil van Dijk, but he's not the cheap Virgil van Dijk because he's not physically as imposing as Van Dijk is. Van Dijk is just very unique in that regard. Not many people match his physical presence. But he is as good as him at defending. He is as good as him at tackling. He is as good as him at really holding your defensive line and being in defensive position in important times. And that's really what you want out of your center backs. One player that I really would compare this Ligt card to is Moments Blanc. Both of them have a very similar impact on your team. Both of them feel very similar in game. And I would say for the price, Ligt is probably a better value for money than Moments Blanc as long as you could fit him on your team. So yeah, that's going to be my Team of the Season, Ligt review. Hopefully you guys enjoyed it. Hopefully you guys found it helpful. Once again, don't forget to like and subscribe. I'll be back tomorrow with another video. But until then, later.